Good morning, everybody. It's Amy with Solus Be Quilty Studio. My background looks a tiny bit different because we are right in the middle of a pretty big remodel. We're taking a lot of the back of the shop and rejiggering it and making it so that we have more room because we need it. Anyway, so it's a little cloudy outside. We had flurries on Monday. My eye's big. We had flurries on Monday in April. Come on now. So hopefully we're going to get a warm up and actually get spring. It was almost like spring teased us and then said, nope, you're in Michigan. So went back to being colder. Anyhow, so good morning. Okay, so we had the question of last week was your favorite quilt block. Good morning, Miss Lisa. We have your question from last week was favorite quilt block. So stars were number 1 and log cabin was number 2. So those were the two that were the most popular. And we had 2 winners of our jelly rolls last week. So the first winner was Shari. Yep. Cure. Shari Cure. I apologize if I butchered your name. Okay. And that you won the speckled jelly roll from Ruby Star Society. So cute. I have actually made a jelly roll quilt out of this. I love this one. And this one also makes, if you like unicorns, Lisa the Unicorn from Elizabeth Hartman, we have made pillows out of that too. So that's a really good one. And then our second winner is somebody I actually know. So Miss Charlene Witt, you won the, oh my gosh, the Layla Boutique Christmas Eve jelly roll. So that was from last year? Was it last year?
You asked me that last time.
Oh, I did. Okay.
It was
23. Okay. So those are our 2 winners. We'll get a hold of you guys and get those to you. I will just either send Charlene or I will see her sometime. Probably not yet, so I might have to send hers. Okay. So the 2 things we're giving away, as I was taking things down and organizing, I found all sorts of fun things in my cabinet. So I found jelly rolls and fat quarter packs that must have been for giveaways at some point and just got pushed to the back of the cabinet. So, let's do the question first. So the question is, do you go on retreats?
Do you go on quilt retreats every year? And if so, 1 or 2, 3, 4?
Right. So say hello and tell me if you are a retreater and how many retreats that you generally go on a year. And that's like organized retreats, or it's just like you and a couple of friends going to a totally fun place and sewing and giggling and having a good time. That's the question. I usually go on 3 or 4 retreats a year. And that is new because when I moved to Michigan a dozen years ago, it was such a big thing for you to go on a retreat, to have like an in-store retreat or go somewhere with a group of friends and sit and sew, or go to someplace and do a retreat. So my sister and our good friends usually go on a retreat like somewhere not here in Michigan. We meet because we live on different coasts, and it's just amazing to go and just like, all you have to do is sew and have fun and eat good food. So there you go. So 4 per year. Wow. Oh, Linda just went on her first retreat. Aren't they fun? They're usually a really good time. So we are going to give away 2 of these kind of OG fun pre-cuts that I found. And I had a few of them, so we'll maybe do that in the next couple of weeks. So the first one is an oldie but goodie. It's from Jen Kingwell. It's called Behind the Scenes, and it's all grays and creams, and it's all these really fun, like black and white kind of. This would be a great little jelly roll to have. Well, all of them are. Let's be serious, okay? So that's the first one. And then the second one is a Jill Holworth, I'm going to say. I usually get her stuff. I actually have one of her new ones in my garage right now called Neverland, and it's a Peter Pan one. That's for you, Tracy. So this one was a Beauty and the Beast inspired one from Jill Holworth. And it is, let's see, it is 18 fat quarters. And it's all this really, really sweet. This would make a really sweet little quilt for anybody who loves Beauty and the Beast. And it's not licensed, so it's kind of a caricature kind of thing. I love it. I think I made a quilt out of it. I might have given it to somebody. Anyway, so those are the two things. Yeah, I know, Disney's so good. Anyway, so I wanted to touch on the thing that's kind of the big thing that's in our industry right now, which is the tariffs that may or may not be happening in our industry. I don't know much. I will tell you what I know. I just really wanted you guys to be aware. So here's a PSA on fabric. So this is why we don't know what the tariffs are going to be. The cotton may be produced in the U.S., but the cotton doesn't stay here. It goes to another country, and they mill it and make what they call gray goods. Gray goods are the blank fabric in all different kinds of qualities that they make that are sent to mills to make our fabric. So cotton, it may be made here. It goes to some other country, which is made into gray goods. And then those gray goods go to possibly someplace else to a mill that they print and make our beautiful fabric. So now we have a few different countries who are participating in making of this beautiful fabric that we know and we love. So the tariffs are so wide-ranging that a lot of the fabric companies right now are probably really entrenched in trying to figure out what that means. So if, let's say, Japan has a 24% tariff, but they do not produce it from start to finish. So what our fabric companies are trying to figure out is what the tariffs, if any, will impact our fabric. Because I, as a small business owner, have to pick and choose my fabric sometimes 8 months in advance, but I don't pay for it. I don't pay for it until it is. So what fabric companies are doing is they are collecting our interest in their fabric lines. So they are producing a small amount of it so that they can go and show us all of these beautiful fabrics. And then they're saying, do you want to buy this? And if it's Tula, if it's Ruby Star, if it's certain things, I usually am going to buy them because I love those companies. So the representative from that company comes to my shop most of the time, and they show me these fabrics, and I say I want this much of this fabric. So then they create a mill order, and then they produce it. When it is shipped to me, that is when I am charged for it. So what is happening right now is we don't know if the fabric I chose 6 months ago is going to increase in price. We just don't know. So a lot of the companies are really trying to negotiate and figure out if they can mitigate some of these costs and get our fabric to be the same price that I chose in it. It impacts my small business because if I've already ordered it, then, and I've already committed to it and it's already a mill order, that means that if I decide I don't want that fabric anymore, I still get charged a restocking fee because, to be fair, they've already made that fabric. So, so stay tuned. We don't know what's happening. I have gotten a few of my fabric companies have given us some information, but we don't know what we don't know. So keep buying fabric because we still have a lot of it, and keep creating, because whatever happens in that, it doesn't mean that we have to stop being creative. We just have to be a little bit more economical about it, maybe. I don't know.
A lot of fabric that's
And
not a tariff.
there is a lot of fabric in my garage right now that was never impacted by the tariffs, and I will show that to you once we get the shop a little bit more, and we'll do a tour of the shop when we get a little bit more, kind of set up. So so we did a lot of moving around on the weekend, and yeah, oh, he's going to spin it. So it is so much more open in the shop. So what he's showing you, that's going to be our new classroom area. And then there's going to be a huge fabric beast right there. We added the ones on the wall. And then we're going to expand our bag making section and that area. So we'll have more room for that and more room for canvas and 108s. Oh, there's Mark. And it just makes the shop like a ton more open than it has been. Oh, very nice job.
Trying to do it slow enough not to make everyone sick.
Yeah. So, and then we will have room to hang up quilts and all that. So we're all working very hard, my husband especially, to build the things that I say I want him to build. Anyway, so enough of the serious stuff. Let's talk about new bag kits. So I have made this little quilted everyday. You will see it again during Shop Hop because we will have kits of some bags during Shop Hop. So this is the everyday quilted tote. So I made a couple of kits because it was too cute not to make some kits. Well, let's see if we can see it well enough. So I have a kit that there's better pictures on the online shop at soletsbequilty.com. If you go under everyday quilted tote, the pictures are on my phone. I will put them up as soon as we stop. Oh my goodness. I know. It's been a week, y'all. Okay. So this is the everyday quilted tote. So this is the carousel, the main one with the big carousel horses and Melody Miller's loveliness on it. So that is, it's kind of like mine that I left at home. Anyway, so we have the everyday quilted tote. The green is your binding and your handles, and then the horses are your lining. The kits are $50. They include everything you need to make this everyday quilted tote. So that is one colorway. And then we have two different ones from Corey Dantini. It is her Makers line, which has like sewing stuff on it. It's really cute. So we have it. So we'll put a better picture of the main fabric on the website. So it has scissors, and then this is going to be your handles and your binding, and then the flowers are going to be your lining. And then instead of a Basel that is soft and stable that is recommended, I did include the double-sided Basel just because you can fuse your lining and your main together, quilt it, and then cut it out to the pieces you need. It makes your life a little bit easier, so we did it that way. And then this is the other Makers, what's it called? Magic Makers from Corey Dantini in the Everyday Tote. See the little bobbins? That's your handles and your binding. And then the little, it has little pins in it. So it's like pins and little stylized little butterflies. Those are really cute. And we'll be cutting a lot of bag patterns. So when you come in the spring and summer, there'll be a lot of fun bag. So we're cutting out as we go, in between ripping up the shop and putting it back together. Okay, so the other one, the sample is being made, but it is the cutest little, it's a knot and thread pattern called Auntie Gracie bag. And it's this really cute little bag. It's like 8 inches by 6 inches. So it's a nice little crossbody or over the shoulder handbag. It has 2 different zippered pockets in it. So really cute. So we did the love letter from Lizzie House. So the strawberries are the main. The little pink with the bunnies in it are the lining. And then this really fun one over here is your handles and your binding. So that's that one. This one I'm going to take out of the bag because it's easier. Oh, I'm missing the pattern. So, pardon? So this is the Auntie Gracie bag. And this was a request that was just too good, so we made more of them. So this is Woodland Park from Ruby Star Society. So the black is the main, the white with all the little hands and rainbows on it is your lining, and then the pink is your handles and binding. And that will have gunmetal hardware, some really fun little zipper with the rainbow coil, and that will be that one. So all the Aunt Gracies are 45, and they obviously come with everything you need to make that one.
They're on the front page, and they have pictures.
They're on the front page. Yeah, I did pictures of those. I made sure I had pictures of those, but I just didn't get to the pictures of the other ones. We were just trying to clean up yesterday after the weekend. And then this one, so good. This is Animal from Ruby Star Society. So you have the little kind of purpley, pinky background. What is that called? Anyway, with the snails and the mushrooms is your main, and then your lining is your goldfish. And your handles and your binding are this one right here. This is all animal with the orange zippers and the nickel hardware. And those are Aunt Gracie's. So we're cutting some more of those, but those are really cute. So those are all on the front page. So let's be quilty.com. Did we talk about everything?
You're the host.
I'm the host. Okay. So again, our winner, Charlene, yay! With the Christmas Eve jelly roll pack. And then we have Shari Cure. He's going to type it in. You won the speckled Ruby Star jelly roll. And then this week's giveaway is a jelly roll from Jen Kingwell called Behind the Scenes. So that is a retired one. So this is a really fun one to have. And then the Beauty and the Beast by Jill Hallworth from Riley Blake. And that is all these 18 fat quarters. So these were all kind of hidden away. So you benefit from me finding that I'm a bit of a hoarder on some of the pre-cuts. So those two are up. The question of the day is, say hello, and if you are if you go to retreats, or you are a retreater, how many retreats a year do you go to? And I've grown to really love those times of the year that you get a chance to hang out with your quilting buddies. So we're going to keep it short and sweet today. Maybe. Is it that short, that sweet? Um, and and we're working on getting the remodel. I will give you a tour once we get things going and set up. And then I just wanted to remind everybody that next week on Tuesday the 15th, we are doing a live showing you what kits we're cutting for the All Michigan Shop Hop. So magazines should be here by the end of the week. So we'll be sending out magazines as soon as we get them. And then we are pre-selling some of the yardage of the Michigan fabric pre-cuts, and then I'll show you what I'm making for I'll show you what I'm making for kits, and we'll pre-sell some of those kits. That will help us know what kits are going to be more popular than others. And yay! Okay, so have a fantastic week, and we will see you on Tuesday for the live for the All Michigan Shop Hop fabric.